the real raw, like the stuff that you're not going to see on like network news, right? Sure. I mean, we won't necessarily say that, but there's one thing that I want to say is that even Trump actually said it. You know, network news is losing respect from society, right? Because you don't know if they're lying to you, right? So there's something extremely real. And the ability to connect with podcasters or people on the ground level that really don't have a lot of influence. We don't have somebody telling us what we can and what we can't do. So when we're speaking, it's from the heart. You know what I'm saying? And it's as real as you can get. And that's something that I absolutely have to emphasize when it comes to Slapp Radio, bro. You on the ground with a mic holding it in somebody's face. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to Rocky from the Village. Oh, you know Rocky?
Yes, I don't know him personally, but I've seen his work too, man. Yeah. Shout out, good work.
Because he's focused on sports. He's focused on Hawaii, right? And he's also waving a flag very similar to you and I. But to me, what I like is like the amount of lanes on this freeway right now, this social media freeway, this platform. Even my bro, he's doing his own thing too. Like there's so many, but there's some that don't give up. You're one of them. You know what I'm saying? And we also have that common thread of hip hop. We have the common thread of being from the Aina. Are you from here?
Yep.
Yeah, right? So we from here. And we also both really want to represent Hawaii in a righteous way.
For sure.
Right? Because our reach is global, right? You're interviewing people from Palestine that need their story to be told. You know, no matter if it's an opposing view or not, we have a similar style, like where we're not really trying to influence the extraction of information. We're just allowing it to happen, right? This is a platform. Tell me about yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I think it's very similar with Taisei Discovers is that I'm not trying to sound, I'm not trying to make the most epic statements or sound super articulate or anything like that. I'm just being me. And then I allow my guests to shine. You know what I'm saying? And that's where I feel like there's common ground between the two.
There is, you know, we're all on the same frequency, and really, it's what is that, like the sound bowls? You know what I mean? One sound bowl hit your mind, one to hit your heart, one to hit your, you know what I'm saying? That's all it is what you want to tune into today.
Yes.
and I think you create a lane, you and your bro create a lane, we create a lane, we all create a lane, Rocky create a lane. Everybody's creating, and we need these stories to be told. Everybody has their own interests and things that need to, and everybody has a story to be told. And to be quite frankly, if we're going back to hip hop, media training too, you know, for some of the cats that's on the upcome too, when we're, you know, going ahead and interviewing them, they get some sort of, anybody really in general, they get some sort of like, okay, they wanted to tell their story and then they finally get the opportunity to do so. And then they do it on platforms like ours that are willing to just put it out there in a more unsensationalized way. Just this is what it is, and this is how you're going to get it, and this is the message. You can interpret it the way you'd like to interpret it, in my opinion.
No, that's you said it, man. And it's like I've also realized that like interviewing people, I see what it does from a guest.
Yeah,
you know, like when we post the reels and we collaborate with them, and it lives on their platform, and then we post to YouTube the full length, and then they're able to watch it. They're able to share it with their family members. Yeah. Their family members get a better sense of who their family member is that got interviewed, and you know what? It allows you to kind of fall in love with yourself.
For sure.
In a way that I think that is hard to do without having footage of you talking about your true life experiences and your true feelings. Because when you're being interviewed, right, in this space, things come out that you wouldn't normally talk about.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then sharing it with the world. I talked about trying to commit suicide.
I know, you were really real with that one.
I did not plan that, bro. But it came out because the person I was interviewing went through something super similar. And then that's when the emotions came out. Kenji was over there like, oh no, is he going to talk about that? Only a handful of people knew about that. And now, you know, 100,000 people know about it.
Yeah.
You know, but what it's done is that I got DMs. Bro, I was in a similar situation, and I would have never thought you was in that situation, but you still doing your best to live life, and you're happy, and it looks like you rebounded from that hard situation. He's like, so I know it's possible. 20 DMs about people that had similar stories and how it helped them. You know what I'm saying? So like that's when I knew that I did the right thing by talking about something that made me feel so vulnerable. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hey, shout out to James real quick. Let me ask you a question, because you said sensationalized, right? Like
yes.
Unsensationalized way. So that's how you would describe your content is we do not sensationalize.
Yes.
Is that fair?
Yes, that's fair.
But what's the driving force? Like, what would you say it is? Is it the messages, the voices? You know what I mean? Like, what is it if it's not sensationalism?
Yeah, it's just the story itself and its truest, most rawest form. I don't want to. There's a lot of media is influence. We can easily influence with sensationalism, all these nice graphics and all these kinds of cool things. But if the story is not real, how does it hold weight? So I'm always trying to figure out ways to just tell the story as is. Give it to me. Even I don't know. Cooking. I heard cooking the most simplest ingredients too, and bringing the flavors out, letting the flavors speak as loud as it can be. I'm not a chef, but I'm just thinking. But
oh, you a chef, bro? You just cooking different, a different product. Yeah.
So even with beats, right? I'm only using the most simplest drums and layers and all that kinds of stuff. Everything I'm doing it goes back to music. Really, what it comes to.
Okay.
Everything that's being produced, I just look at it as that was the blueprint, and then I'm just gonna take that blueprint and I'm gonna apply it to something else, which is what the media is. So yeah, you're absolutely correct. I just sensationalizing. I don't want to influence. I don't want to do none of that. I'm not an influencer. I'm not none of that. All I am is just somebody who's a conduit for somebody who'd like to tell their stories.
I like that. Because, like the whole Taisei Discovers channel, it went from being really raw to like now we got graphics and stuff like that, which to be honest, I don't think that really speaks on who I truly am, because I don't need flashy shit. I'm more about the content first.
Yeah.
But it is what it is, and there's a natural evolution that happens and adjustments that are made so that you can kind of hone into who you actually want to be, right?
Exactly. And I'll give you an example. What you guys are doing is really giving a great platform visually too. It's art. You know what I mean? You guys are artists. So you guys are giving art in its most truest form. What I mean by sensationalizing is it's the way, the inflections of how we're talking and the influence of that, and then having the visuals that might not be the true visuals of what the person might be talking about. It's altering a story,
yes,
so to speak, to influence a certain amount of people. What you guys are doing, what we are doing, what us is doing is just giving artistic platform where they can express themselves, and we can give it to the rest of the world in a more palatable, more digestible way, as opposed to, like you said earlier, if we are just in front of the camera ourselves talking, it might not have that same ground. But when you have somebody that's interested in you, other people become interested.
Damn.
Bars.
See, bars.
That's what I think, though. That's just my thoughts. I don't know.
You know what I was thinking? Okay, this is a dope reel. I was like, bro, just that right there. And I was thinking how to cut it up and all that. And, content creation, man, that's like, let's really dig into that. And, you said, like, I'm not an influencer, but you're a creator that has influence to your audience, right? And I'm one of the people in your audience watching what you do, and like when something new drops, I'm like, ooh, what's that? I was like that homie that has this fashion clothing line. I was like, did you fly up there just for that, bro? And then like the dude that won that nominated for the Grammy.
Yeah.
I saw you like damn, Jay, I love that you're traveling to do that. You're telling stories of, the natives that have relocated, that are doing well in their own lane in different parts of the world. What? So what's next for Slapp Radio?
Man, that's a good question.
You going with the flow, huh?
Yeah. I'm going with the flow, but yeah, it's stars, and even I'm kind of, and I get inspired by you guys. Like when I watch the way you guys cut up too, I'm like, I want to cut up something like that. Then let me try a new way of filming. So I'm doing all this on my iPhone, really.
Yeah.
My iPhone 15. That's what I kind of got. And
wow.
I needed to find a way to kind of travel and do my thing and then carry my own things. And so I had to learn all this stuff. But this is nothing new. It's just kind of back in the day, doing beats again, doing hip hop again. And watching music videos being cut up, just kind of sitting there and kind of looking through and seeing what's up, and then kind of applying that to now. But anyway, yeah, wherever there's a story, I want to be there. It doesn't matter where,
Like the Pride, we were both at the Pride Parade.
We were. You texted me and I was over there. I was like, dang, I hope I passed you, but I didn't see you.
Yeah, I was where you used to work.
Yeah, Marriott.
Yeah.
Shout out Marriott.
Shout out. And I was with Britt and somebody else that
Shout out Britt.
you know as well.